I think it was Uncle Luke. So Uncle Luke, I think he was on the We in Miami podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's on their podcast. And he was saying that he went to Diddy parties, but he left early.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Sorry, I closed my eyes for those in podcast land who's listening to the audio version and did not see that.
You all right? You having a stroke?
Uncle
So
Luke.
you call a coach?
Uncle Luke, the one who started
so horny.
the one who started the whole freak on music.
2 Live Crew, pop that coochie.
Yeah. He gonna leave the freak off party early.
Diddy party early.
The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all of the above. All streaming platforms. Podical Sons Podcast. PodicalSons.com.
Share and like.
All streaming platforms possible. And social media, Podical Sons. And don't forget the So Say the Sons page on your Instagram and Facebook. Check that out. Don't be shy. Step on by. You get your little motivation. Shit. Well, there's enough content there to freaking take over the world with the motivation that is there.
Right.
The So Say the Sons page is live and well active and still flowing and going and building the stuff, and the repertoire is going to still keep going.
And for those of you who are asking, stuff like this you can check out on the website.
Yes.
And, merch is there. Merch is
available on the website, from the cool ass shirts to the nice ass hats. So you will see us.
The Marvelisa is there. The Marvelisa.
How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, my brother. How you feeling, man?
Surviving and smiling, man. Can't complain,
Okay. Okay.
Everything all good.
Nice.
Happy Easter to those that get it and stuff for there. This is the Tuesday after Easter. We done woke up and helped out the damn community.
Yeah, we did our part.
And now we're back to this, and the day keeps on going on.
Never stops.
Yeah. The grind don't stop. Is there anything on your mind? You have an open monologue. The monologues are never planned.
Oh no, they're never planned. But I want to say, I just condolences to the family. Is it in Baltimore with the bridge?
Oh yes,
because that happened. I think after our last podcast.
Yes,
right.
It was trippy and stuff for the folks that lost loved ones with the Baltimore bridge collapsing. There's a lot of trippy theories and stuff about it, because it was so funny where I was doing research before,
right,
like the week before, about Baltimore and their housing situation, about like some rundown places. You've seen The Wire.
Yeah.
You've seen the same neighborhoods that you would see in The Wire?
That's the neighborhoods where there
were a lot of that. They were, I want to say, drug infested, kind of crime rate and everything like that.
Right.
The city allowed a lot of people to get a chance to auction and buy those homes, stuff like $1 and change.
Okay.
But I think there was like stipulations and conditions and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think if you're a corporation or conglomerate, I think you probably have to pay like $3,000 to $5,000 for the property.
Okay.
But I think regular citizens or people that live within the vicinity could purchase these homes stuff for like damn near less than, like, I want to say $500.
And the regular citizens, I hope they had like first dibs before they allowed the corporations to come in.
Half and half.
Half and half.
And that's the reason why, like, this is where the theory kind of built it up, because they were saying the stuff where like Baltimore is going to be going under a reform.
Right.
The city of Baltimore itself is going to go under a reform.
Right.
Now, whatever. Now, adding this bridge situation to it.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, the city or the government would focus more on rebuilding this bridge aspect and stuff due to the collapse and the way it came down.
Yeah.
Over your housing situation.
Well, Biden came out and said that the feds would take the tab for the rebuilding of the bridge, the entire tab. So hopefully, I don't know how much. I don't know how much that will stand true, but hopefully they would do that. And
I think that'd be dope.
I
think that would be dope because at the end of the day, and I'm not shitting on Biden, but I just look at the stuff as where I don't feel like the world leaders of today really put too much time into their own problematic backyards.
Right. Yeah.
Like I always looked at stuff as where I feel like my personal opinion, the Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist group.
Right.
Right. But we know that this is happening, but yet and still the police either might even be in part of the Ku Klux Klan or they don't do anything to stop a domestic terrorist group and stuff such as the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, it could be a gathering meeting of like who hates who and all the above, but I look at it stuff as we shouldn't make room for hate.
You know, it's funny that you said that because it's as soon as I mentioned Baltimore and this whole situation that you brought up about the housing crisis, and I'm just thinking about how, you know, the mayor who's black had come forth and had started issuing all the statements and so forth like that, and like he was getting like racist feedback for him just being the mayor and doing his job. And I'm like, no, we need to get at some point. We need to get past this, man. Like we had genuine lives lost. It's like, and this is what you tend to focus on.
I mean, I don't even know how to put this in a proper or in a subtle way. But
no, we don't need to be subtle, man. Do say your thing, brother.
If your hate is strong,
yeah,
who gives a fuck? And the reason why I say it like that and stuff is because it's like, if I hate you,
right?
Let's say if you probably might save my mom from like a crisis situation and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I might.
You might change.
Yeah, but then some people might be like, well, just because you did this doesn't mean that it makes us square.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, your hate is way too strong.
It's too strong, man.
My thing and stuff is, if your hate is that strong and stuff, they should put you on the island where they test out nukes and, see if you survive after all of that, whatever. Because I always look at stuff as like, if somebody's hate is so deep-seated and deep-rooted and stuff within them, no amount of conditional talking stuff can change them.
Right, yeah.
But in the world we live in and stuff, moving forward for progress, we don't need those people.
No.
Black, white, Asian, whatever race you might be, if your hate is that strong, you're holding up progress.
That's it. And we just hope that the ideology dies out when you die.
I would hope. I always hope for like some kind of X-Men character and stuff, whatever, like like a Jean Grey type that can kind of read minds and understand and stuff. Be like, oh, you got racism, or you got hatred, or you're a rapist or some shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And then just do one of these things and stuff, and just make their head explode, like and then just bomb. Like,
we don't need you.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't
because
need
I'm like,
you.
You're holding up progress for other things, right? Like I look at it stuff as like, remember when in US, and it was so funny. I was reading about like education stuff, whatever, and they were saying like part of the reason why the education is shit, especially in US and North America, was that their thing was teaching financial literacy,
right,
for beginning time until like the Russians and the cosmonauts kind of like took off with their space program, and other nations and stuff start. Well, they're like, oh, whoa, we're behind times. Let us stop this financial literacy shit,
right,
and let's try and join the other nations and stuff like that, whatever, right? But I'm looking like
on science and stuff like that with the space race and the whole
right.
Yeah,
but if I have hate for you, I get hired from NASA. You're like some shining star, kind of like, you're like, oh, they call him Smooth the Whiz. You give him math calculation, he could probably give you trajectory, how long it might take to get to Mars, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I hate you because you black.
Yeah.
And I don't want to work with you and stuff, whatever. I got to go.
Yeah, no.
I got to go.
Like you said, you're holding up progress.
I'm holding up progress.
You're holding up progress.
So I look at stuff as like, to the mayor of Baltimore and stuff, to any feedback that they get and is like racial or negative. I don't say like, let's say racial, you got a fucking problem. Yeah. You have a problem.
No, I agree.
You have a problem. So yeah, thoughts and prayers to the Baltimore family, the families that lost loved ones. Let's get to the proceedings. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First poll of the week says, is settling a good or a bad thing for you? And 90% said bad thing. Talk about it, not your average.
Well, I was on the good side, man.
Boss, my vote was on the good side.
I was on the good side.
I actually voted and stuff, whatever, for sure on the good side.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm gonna feel like it's gonna be a high balance of the bad, but I didn't think it was 90%.
Yeah, no, the bad just shot down the good.
So you're on the good. I was on the good.
And I think it's my theory, probably just how people are interpreting the word settling, right? It's like when we were talking about it, it was like you can be comfortable. Comfortable is a form of settling. And there's nothing wrong with being comfortable.
When I come home after a long day, I want to put on my comfortable clothes. I know for a fact that I ain't gotta go out on the damn road or the street no more.
Right.
Get into my vibe and stuff like that. Do my things and stuff, whatever. I like to kind of use that time to kind of connect to some peoples that I haven't connected with in a bit. And then like if like say the connected list of stuff is like accomplished, I'm probably relaxed in La La Land or some shit like that, whatever. But I settled in.
Settled in. There's a difference between settled in and settled down, and also settling for less. But y'all just choose to pick the settling for less and run with it.
So why do you think people would have a problem with the word settle?
It's like I said, it's beyond me. I think just hearing that it being coupled with less so many times, I think that's what gives it that negative vibe for some people.
That's crazy to me, because I look at it stuff as where if I wanted filet mignon, you give me meatloaf, and I know for a fact that like my gut is full and I got like this extra satisfaction. And let's say if I had to probably possibly pay for the filet mignon, right, compared to like you're like, hey, come on over, we're having meatloaf and everything like that, whatever, and it's free. I'll settle with the fucking meatloaf.
When the best words I have in my vocabulary free.
It's free. For me, I can't understand it. But then again, like I told you, kind of goes with my theory with the whole sadness or depression, contentment, and happiness, right? I feel like their main concern and stuff is that contentment is settling. And that's a bad thing. That's the stage where I trying to get at, whatever. They're trying to go for happiness. Right. I guess over like enjoyed, ecstatic. I don't know what the words you could probably affiliate with happiness. There's tons of words, but I look at it stuff as where their main concern is that and not the neither of the two. Yeah. I feel like once you get to the sadness, depression stage, whatever, you need to go up. You need to do whatever you need to find out
to bring you back
to
up.
bring you back up. Right. But I'm looking like if you're up, like I look at this stuff as where a lot of people are cosplaying to make it seem like they're holding it together. They got it. Mm-hmm. And then when they go in and close their doors, they might not have nothing to eat, no one to talk to. They're extremely sad. Yeah. Motherfucker, settle with something.
Something.
So, yes, that part.
What was the other poll saying?
Oh, well, since you asked. Other poll was, is your social universe energizing or depleting? And apparently 100% people said it energizing.
Oh, well, then that's good. That's good. That's good.
That's good. I just feel like it's a lie too.
How we had the 90% range in this one as well.
In my mind, like even with the settling, go back to the settling real quick. You and I can both agree and stuff that these people don't understand that they're settling for certain type of things. Yeah. You want a Ferrari, you want a Benz, but you got your car to take you point A to point B and it works. You're settled.
Yeah, you're happy.
You're settled.
Yeah, you're good.
With the social universe, I look at it stuff as where I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about the people you interact with.
Yes.
from your loved ones to like your possible coworkers to like distant friends to even social media people as well, right? I look at it as stuff as where, for me, most of my social universe, for the most part, is depleting.
Okay.
And I'll say that because for me, a lot of times if I'm doing things, everybody thinks I have all the answers or I have it made or I got it like that. But they're not looking at stuff at me and like, yo, he worked for what he has.
Right.
If he's constantly happy, what does he do to kind of be constantly happy?
Yeah.
They're not looking at it like that. They're just looking at stuff as like, he's just a brimming bowl of joy.
And they don't like that.
Well, they don't like it, but I look at it stuff as like, they just, I'm not saying they don't like it. I want to say they just assume that was the case, that's the case and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now I look at it stuff as where, let's say, if I take from social media aspect, I think a lot of things on social media that I see, like let's say besides foods and some little quick jokes, and I have dark humor and stuff, whatever, right? And I look at it stuff as where, again, dark humor is not for everybody.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, if it's kind of dark to that point, whatever, like certain people and somebody look like, no, this is not funny, this is serious, or this is something to be looked at. Some things might be depleting that you see on social media.
Okay.
Like I want to talk about, like, let's say, mine is Diddy shit, whatever, right? Yeah. But I look at it stuff like, more of the Diddy shit is kind of like, because we already know, I gave you my theory on Diddy and everything like that, whatever. So it's more energizing to me. Like, I done told you. I told you. You know what I'm saying? Correct. I'm not crazy. And then you have other shit and stuff that would tell you like, government of Canada has now decided to take an extra $50 from your pockets.
Yeah.
Just for no friggin' reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that energizing to you or is that depleting?
That's depleting.
So, okay. And a lot of the sad news that we're getting and stuff, because people aren't watching news, they're getting from social media.
Right.
So I want to say, to me, social media doesn't feel like it's energizing too much. Even like I control most of my timeline. However, I still have research to do. I can't just be my own social bubble. I have to look at stuff like what else is pertaining to the world.
Yeah. And what is going on outside of what I'm thinking, right?
Family wise and stuff, whatever. I want to say for the most part, most of my family members and stuff, whatever, are more energizing for me. There's a few people that are depleting because they want shit.
Right.
And I look at it stuff as like, if you want something and stuff from me and it's not like a quid pro quo, favor for favor type of thing, it's depleting.
It is depleting.
So I look at it stuff as people have to honestly ask themselves if they have like, hey man, cause I see you like a minute. You look all shiny, your crispy tea, and you well shiny. You might have given me up and lend me like $300.
Yeah.
That ain't energizing.
No, that's not energizing at all.
That's not energizing.
Now flip it around and say you're gonna give me $300. I'll be energized.
I didn't see you in a minute, man. What's up with you, man? You know, I was blessing everybody the other day. All I got is $300 to give you. Say less.
Say less. Say less.
Energizing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're with a spouse or a significant other, SO and everything like that, and you spend more time frowning than smiling, that's not energizing.
No, that's
and
definitely
then they're within your social universe and stuff. That's depleting.
Yeah.
These, what is it, Luther? I'd rather have bad times than shoot the good ones with someone else. Fuck that. Give me the good times. We know the bad times are going to come.
Yeah.
We just got to be prepared for them.
Right.
But until then, let's make whatever we can good as possible.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like a lot of people and stuff are lying, or they probably didn't understand.
Probably not understanding. Yeah.
So, okay, let me ask you this. If your social universe is energizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it infrequent or is it frequent? So let's say I give you energy and stuff, whatever, when you see me and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
And you don't see me that often.
I would say infrequent.
So most of your social universe is infrequent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
But I want to say for the most part and stuff, whatever, the things that do make that does feel energizing, it happens frequent. It happens frequent. I can have a fire conversation and stuff with somebody right now, and I can be like, oh shit, or we're done recording. We probably unpackage some other things and stuff here. Be like, oh shit, this man Smooth brought like a valid point. I learned something new and stuff. Because I always learn things from you, right? So I look at it, so it was like, yo, then now somebody called me and dinged me and stuff. I'm like, yo, we were just talking about this on the podcast, whatever, right?
Right.
And now that great conversation what we had now
shifts over
and stuff for there. And this person might have a whole another take and perspective.
Right. So
like,
the energy keeps building.
Right. So I look at it and stuff, it's like, well, let's keep this momentum going, baby. So now if I call somebody else, be like, yo, how you doing? Yo, we were pondering with this thought of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Whatever, right? So now it's looking at stuff as well. I went from smooth to this person, to this person, to this person, to this person, to this person. That's frequent.
Right.
And I can honestly say to myself and stuff, there's tons of times stuff I've had conversations stuff with you and I bring it to conversations to other people. Like I remember we had a conversation, I was just talking about this to somebody else the other day. I didn't speak to him stuff in a minute about like, do men want to be needed or men want to be wanted? And I told him that you said you wanted to be needed.
Right.
And I'm like, I want to be wanted.
Right.
Right. And then the person, like they were more wanted and they're like, they had a whole take on needed people and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
The person was coming after you next. Basically. Because first of all, they said, what's wrong with smooth and stuff? They're like, what? He don't do shit? That's why he's just waiting for somebody like, I need help. Here I am. It's fucking controlling. I was like, why is it controlling? I was like, yo, everybody has their own spin and their take on it.
Yeah.
But the fact that this now spiraled into a new type of conversation. Now we're into other things. Now we're looking at other people and stuff, whatever. This happens frequent in my world. So frequent and stuff that if I had the conversation with somebody else, I personally might not hit them up again for a while.
Yeah.
But they're looking at stuff for like, we had a fire conversation last week.
Of course.
What up? Why you ain't calling me? Like, I got 6 people on deck.
Just waiting.
Waiting. They're like, why you don't test out your podcast stuff on me? How come you don't test out the podcast topics and stuff on me? I'm here for that, baby. I'm like, shut the fuck up and listen to the show.
Listen to the show.
Support us. You can get it. Then when you see me, feel free to launch whatever you think.
Feel free.
But I'm like, you want a sneak preview of things to come, whatever. You're not part of the crew.
Yeah,
you're not part of the team.
We got dedicated followers that need to have this information before you. Prior to you.
I don't think it's even dedicated followers. Like, no shade to the followers and stuff for that, because I love the supporters. But I look at it stuff as where you're not part of, I want to say, let's say you're not helping, what is it? Is the mother hen thing? Who's going to help me knead the dough, bake the bread, and all that type of stuff, whatever. The information I get, no shade, it's data. It's actually data that I kind of personally kind of collect, because my thought doesn't dictate, my one human being thought does not dictate 80 billion people. I mean, 8 billion people on the planet.
Right.
Right? So I look at this stuff as where you might think different. This is why I hit you with a topic and stuff. We might think the same. We might think different. And when you think different, I love to hear from you.
Right. Yeah.
If the other person feels the same way and stuff, whatever, cool, dope. I'm for that. Now, if you're in a situation and stuff where you're looking like, hey, I just want to have these conversations because I'm not having these great conversations in my day-to-day world. And my conversation in my day-to-day world might be more fishing, while this is more chess-like, is getting my brain going, is getting me stimulated and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen to the fucking podcast. Get your stimulations in. We have enough podcast episodes for you to be fucking stimulated until we make a new one.
I was going to say that person sounds like their social universe is depleting.
Boom goes the dynamite. That part. So for my side, my social universe stuff is energizing and it's quite frequent. Maybe because, and I guess you can probably see it. Not everybody is aware like that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you can probably see it on me and stuff, whatever, right? Because I'm looking at stuff like, if it was depleting, I think I would have like a different kind of swag or like, walk or persona. No?
Right, yeah.
Because I look at stuff, if I see you and stuff, whatever, I feel like everything's peachy keen.
Yeah.
Because you look energized, you look well, you like you're taken care of, you like you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You got things going and stuff, but I'm like, everybody has to be the master universe. Shout out to He-Man. But I look at it stuff as where eventually things aren't going to always be perfect.
No, right. But it's just like you're saying, you gotta expect that those days are gonna come,
and adapt.
and do the best that you can to prepare for it.
Yes. So, people, really check onto your social universe, see if it's energizing, depleting, or it's infrequent and it's frequent. All right.
We into the meat and potatoes.
We're in here to the meat and potatoes and stuff, whatever, right? So, of course, the whole world wants to start with this Diddy thing, and I think because we're black, people automatically Diddy and stuff, whatever. Yeah. So we're gonna say, not yet, but let's start with who's a bigger supervillain, Cameron or 50 Cent? Let's start there first.
Is it start there first?
Because their claps at Sean John Combs,
right,
have been relentless.
Yes,
and I think why Cam's thing hits more to me compared to like 50's thing is because I feel like Cam is using Mace as the leverage for like on it is what it is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Mace
is there.
Was been done.
Mace was there.
He was been done there.
Mace was there. I'm not saying 50 and stuff wasn't there. I feel like they worked together several times and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like we always known 50 Cent had his terrorist type of ways.
Yeah.
But I look at stuff as where who was more of a problem to you? Like who seems more problematic to you? Excuse me. Let me say that.
I feel like 50 is more problematic to me, man. I feel like he does not miss an opportunity. I feel like if with Cameron, you'll listen to see if he's gonna say anything. With 50, you know he's going to say something.
And see, because even when Cam and 50 went at it and stuff, whatever, Cam made a full song called Curtis. And that's 50 Cent's government name. Yeah, so it's like, Curtis! Like, problematic people do shit like that.
They do shit like that.
The man said, I don't suck dick or kiss ass and I'm conceited. Damn. And I know 50 has a terrorist weight. And I think the most biggest terrorist thing to me, I think that 50 did is when the Ja Rule concert and he bought out like the first 2 rows.
Right, yeah.
And with the first 2 rows, or allegedly he brought out the first 2 rows and made sure no one sat in those seats. I'm like, you take your own personal money to make sure this person has no joy. You're a super villain.
And see, with 50, it's all about the theatrics too, right? Because remember the whole Officer Ricky shit that he was doing when he
with Rick Ross?
With the Rick Ross. And like, with Cameron, you're gonna get the jabs. You're gonna get the very sharp, don't get me wrong, the very sharp jabs you're gonna get from Cameron.
Yeah.
50 will put on a whole production.
Fair. So, okay. So let's talk about Cam's thing. Now, Cam's thing on Is What It Is.
Yeah.
Apparently, what they stated, him and Mace, was that Life After Death, the Biggie album.
Yeah.
This was like so many years anniversary of the release of Life After Death. Because remember, it came out after Biggie passed, right?
Right, yeah.
Biggie died March 9th. This thing dropped and stuff, whatever I want to say. I think March 20-something. The raids were this past week, the ending of March. So now, I'm looking at this thing.
Sorry, the Missing You, did that come out before the Life After Death album, or did that come out after that?
Which one? The P. Diddy song?
Yeah.
I'm Missing You?
Yeah.
After.
Came out after, okay.
After. Because I want to say, for me, back then, I was in 6th grade. So I was in the 6th grade, right?
Right.
At the beginning of the school year, which is September time, Tupac died.
Right.
And then going into the school year some more, in the March, Biggie died. Right? So they died months from each other. It just seems like year.
Yeah.
One was 96 and one was 97.
Right.
The following school year, in the 1997, I think September, fall, summertime.
That's when Life After Death dropped.
No, that's when
the
Puff Daddy and the Family.
Right.
And that was one of the tracks on that album.
Right.
right? So that's the reason why and stuff. Whether you still had the Been Around the World, you heard Biggie's audio, but you saw no Biggie because all these things were shot after he passed, but everything was still fresh because there was still tons of tracks and stuff, whatever, put up to the side, right?
Yeah.
So, because you got All About the Benjamins on that album and stuff like that. You got a lot of things. I think Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, that video had Biggie in there. Like he was in a car, stuff like that, whatever. It was a segment. I think he was in a car with Eddie Griffin. So he was in the video and stuff. Okay. So that production and stuff of that album was coming together.
Right.
But unfortunately, Biggie didn't fully make it. So, and then, because remember, Victory was on the Puff Daddy and the Family. And Biggie was nowhere to be found in that video, right?
Right.
So I look at the stuff as the time frame is that Missing You did come out afterwards. Cameron and Mace, they've been together and stuff from like time. Yeah. As you can see, like,
I mean, they had the little beef, the period where they had the little beef, but I mean, majority of it's been.
Yeah. Because I want to say, if any cases, stuff, whatever, more brotherly love.
Right.
Like the Woods type of thing and stuff, whatever, because they both had the same kind of Harlem World tattoo and stuff on their arms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Again, when that Horse and Carriage track dropped, Mace was on there. Mace, I don't think was in the video, but they've always been, to and fro, good, bad, and stuff, whatever. Now they're officially good.
Yeah.
With their, it is what it is and all the above, right? They took shots to Diddy pertaining to these small things and stuff about, it's just crazy how the anniversary happened of the Biggie album. Fans always know these things.
Mm-hmm.
And Mace is like, what's my thing we always ask for, that they always ask the Caucasians for? The 40 mules an acre?
The 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah, what is the R word? I'm gonna say it's not retribution.
No, it's now you have me searching for it.
Yeah, because I'm looking like reparations. Thank you. Reparations and stuff have now starting to come in home to roost.
Okay.
So I'm looking like, well, this was Diddy's right-hand dude for a period of time after Biggie passed.
Yeah.
And if he's saying this, why are we having people like Stevie J's a different kind of beast? But I look at it as like, why are other people like, maybe we shouldn't look at the downfall and stuff of Diddy? You don't know him.
You don't know him.
This guy who was his right hand knows him. And he's saying reparations are overdue and they're finally getting the reparations.
Yeah.
Yes, que say. 50 now. 50 apparently had other deals and stuff, whatever, with Diddy and certain things stuff didn't fall in suit and work out too well.
Okay.
I get those things. I think with the baby mother aspect that 50's baby moms is over there at Diddy when, Diddy alleged sex working thing and stuff with her. 50's calling her a sex worker now. I just want full custody of my son. If you want to be a sex worker at Diddy's spot, 50's doing these images where it's like
I'm telling you, it's the theatrics with 50.
So I look at stuff as like, in this Diddy case, 50 is beating camera.
Yeah. He's got the leg up.
Yeah. So I think camera stuff not really on it.
Yeah.
But when Cam,
well, that's what I'm saying. When Camera's ready to jab, he's jabbing hard.
All right. Now, let's get into this Diddy talk. Let's talk about the Diddy raids. Your thoughts on the Diddy raids?
My thoughts was like, it's wild to the fact that 3 spots, right?
Yeah, simultaneously,
and he was. It just so happened during a time where he was at neither of the 3 spots, and he was ready to take a flight. So I'm like, was he informed about it? Because usually, like, they'll tip off, or usually, like, the lawyer will know.
For a raid?
If they're gonna raid your spot, your lawyer might know, especially like if there's a case going on.
Really? So if I'm a drug cartel leader and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And the SWAT boys want to come kick in the door, my lawyer would know?
And I'm not saying officially, like they'll tell you officially, but usually in some sort of loop, your lawyer will have a one-up and say, hey, listen.
So it's worth it to have a retainer.
It's 100%. 100%.
Message.
Worth it to have a retainer, worth it to have the connections in those forces, right? Because I'm pretty sure if it's, even if it's an NY, he's got people in there.
Yes.
We'll just get, one phone call and say, listen, there's a raid coming your way. And you're automatically going to assume if they're going to try to raid one spot, they might try to raid all 3 spots.
Would you though? Well, I look at it stuff as where.
Well, if they're looking for evidence, right?
True, but I look at the distance, right? Because it's not like, let's say.
But remember, Little Rod said this man has cameras in every room. If I have cameras in every room of every house, I'm not trying to be at any of those houses when the raids are going down because I'm pretty sure they're coming looking for evidence.
Do you think Diddy has he's trafficking sex within these houses?
I don't think he's trafficking sex.
Okay.
That I don't think. If there's anything, maybe some type of Epstein blackmailing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you did 3 raids simultaneously, but you didn't take him in.
Right.
When they do raids, they normally take people in, especially the person of interest.
Yeah.
The person of interest is still free.
Roaming streets.
Why did you do a raid then?
See, and that's the question that begs for an answer because, and in those raids, did you find anything? Because I haven't heard of any evidence being pulled out the house or them walking out with any stuff.
Well, I think if they're secure enough like that, I don't think they should kind of leak what until if they didn't find shit.
Right.
So let's say if they were looking at stuff on like the videos, the cameras, stuff for like the rooms that had bedrooms and possible whosoever fucking.
Yeah.
Do you really want to leak that out and stuff? Like we have video footage of celebrity people, high affluential people, and compromising situations. Do you really want to?
No,
leak
you
that
probably
info?
wouldn't. You probably wouldn't lead with that, but you probably would say the raid was a success. We have some evidence that we're not going to go look at, or we have some stuff that we're not going to look at. It could be nothing, but we have stuff that we're going to go look at because again, other than that, it just seems like, well, what did you raid for?
What did you raid for? I think it was Uncle Luke. So Uncle Luke, I think he was on the We in Miami podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's on their podcast. And he was saying that he went to Diddy parties, but he left early.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Sorry, I closed my eyes for those in podcast land who's listening to the audio version and did not see that.
You all right? You having a stroke?
Uncle
So
Luke.
you call a code?
Uncle Luke, the one who started
the
whole freak on music.
2 Live Crew, pop that coochie.
Yeah. He gonna leave the freak off party early.
Diddy party early.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm not buying that, Uncle Luke.
You have people like LeBron, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. And everybody knows Diddy and his lustrous parties. I think Diddy's have the all-white parties and stuff like that in the Hamptons. That I remember hearing about that in the past. And obviously his Halloween party, with the Joker theme and the Batman themes and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I look at it as where people are going to these parties.
People are going to these parties. In fact,
which parties are the sex parties and which parties are the regular parties?
The only person that I've actually seen, and they had footage, was Denzel Washington leaving the party early.
How early was early?
Yeah, he left pretty early because they were out there because the cameras were out and say, "Why are you leaving so early?"
Oh yeah,
yeah. They were asking. He's like,
I probably didn't see dick and cheeks.
He's like, yeah, this is not my thing. I'm out. I'm gonna be out.
I need to go home to Paula. Paula, I'm coming home. Catch that on TMZ. I think P. Diddy is so connected to so many, I want to say, affluential people, especially affluential blacks, that now the fact that they were probably caught in a photo, posed up with them and everything for some sort, they're now scared to be tied and affiliated with certain type of things.
Yeah.
When he was on Jimmy Kimmel, I think in the October, November time, to promote his last album.
Right.
in a conversation, I felt like Jimmy Kimmel tried to like, hey, you're on that side. Like, because they try to get me with this Epstein shit. You're on that side.
Yeah.
So what's up with this J-Lo thing about J-Lo and the gun and the bodyguard? He's like, Jimmy, I thought we were friends.
Right.
Diddy looked scared and shook.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, someone knows something.
Somebody knows something.
Because I looked at stuff, I was like, I'm uncomfortable with the conversation, how he looked on his face.
Yeah.
And shock and awe. And Jimmy Kimmel's looking like, yo, I'm tired of people incriminating me, whatever.
Nah,
like,
we're
yo,
separating right here.
You're more
right
of a villain
now.
than I am a
right
villain.
Here, right now. I'm making this line known.
Yes. Yes. So when I see the divide and stuff come up, I was like, a lot of people are trying to detach themselves from Diddy. This is prior to the Cassie situation.
Yes, it was prior to the Cassie situation.
From the Cassie situation and stuff there, more and more people are trying to alienate themselves from there. But again, if you probably do a raid in Diddy's houses and stuff like that, who's to say there's not some comfortable photos or photos of what, let's say, affluential people? I know, put like this. I seen a photo where it was a party. I think it was a Diddy party.
Yeah.
Diddy and Kanye took a photo.
Yeah.
And Diddy and Jay-Z and Kanye took a photo. And I think Kanye was on one side and Jay-Z on the other side looking like, because they were still at odds.
Yeah.
Right? Nevertheless, both of them still went to this Diddy party. So who's to say what they're attached to from these parties?
From these parties.
Who's to say, yes, if you have a big house and a room has, let's say the house has like 13 rooms and stuff in there.
Yeah.
If somebody gets raped or sexually assaulted in a room.
Right.
And everybody's at this party, I don't think everybody should be like affiliated with the rape.
No, of course not.
I don't.
No.
Right. Yeah. But however, if you know such and such person is fucking, or such and such person is doing said things, and there's proof about that,
right.
Where you gonna go?
I mean, there's a lot of people being complacent right now. There's a lot of people being complacent.
Crickets are fucking chirping
right now.
Crickets are chirping.
If you didn't think any celebrities came out to R. Kelly's defense, ain't nobody. Well, besides Tyrese and Uncle Luke.
Tyrese, Uncle Luke, what, being defense?
Yeah.
For Diddy? No. He's saying he want no part of it.
Oh, you know, he left early. He's like,
the only reason why, apparently, he said the reason why he went, he said more so the reason why he went and stuff for that is because he was getting pressured, and he's like, he don't give a fuck because French Montana at the time took the pop that, don't stop, pop that pussy, that stuff, whatever. So Luke was already pressed about that they never went through his people and stuff there, but he went through proper channels of publishing.
Right.
For it, right?
Right, yeah.
It's just that I guess ownership and certain type of things didn't work well.
Yeah.
So Luke felt like he was shafted. Now I look at stuff as like, again, this is where I always come back to the argument and stuff, whatever. Do we go by the laws of the land or do you go by the laws of your culture? Because if you go by the laws of the culture, yes, respect is respect.
Respect is respect.
You go to Luke. If you go by laws of the land, well, go on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think French Montana was fully in the wrong at it. And I want to say, if any case, whoever's her producer put it in front of French Montana should really take more of that. And if French Montana just made it to a hit, and you're looking to seek like change and stuff from it, whatever, that's a different kind of argument.
Yeah, that's a different type of argument.
You went to the party, but you claimed you went early and you left early.
He left before bedtime. Is that what happened on?
But in our black culture, black people show up to parties late.
They show up real late.
I want to say in Marv's culture, I leave early.
I'm there early and I leave early.
I ninja out whatever real quick. I'll be looking like, yeah, all right. Well, I got other shit to do. Deuces. And I slide. You're going to hear more people trying to exclude themselves from the Diddy situation. And you're going to hear some people stuff trying to plead the case and fight the case. But I even feel like some of those people might be my conspiracy theory, but I just feel like some of those people might be in the back end of like probably opportunities that Diddy probably promised them.
Yeah.
So like, no, if he gets synced, then this deal goes to shit. Whatever, right? No. Don't go to shit. Let me get this bread first.
There is a lot of that, right? And it's I always say, like, if you're in a position where you're rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful, and the rich and powerful need you around because you're making them bank, a lot of shit is probably going to be overlooked and turned a blind eye to. right?
Correct.
But you stop making those type of people certain money, or you feel in their coffers, you're expendable just like anybody else.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So and
Agreed.
it's like I look at it from that aspect. I mean, look from when the R. Kelly sex tape came out.
Okay.
Right? To where he really started catching like legal slack about that. Like it was a good while in between.
Oh, so you're saying like from the time he recorded it to like
from the time he recorded it,
sure.
it was a good time in between. So a lot of people knew what was going down.
Yeah, because to my knowledge, she is my age.
Right.
The girl who got peed on.
Right.
So she is my age.
Right.
At the time, that was like, I think 98-ish. 97, 98-ish.
Around there, yeah.
When the tape dropped.
Right.
Why I know, because Backstreet Boys were playing on the radio. Don't ask me why. I saw a tape and stuff in my juvenile years
Marv.
and stuff, whatever, you know. I guess I'm exposing myself. Yes, juveniles watch porn. Watch your kids.
Watch your kids. Check their phone and their laptops.
Check their phone. That's what you have to do now. Back in my day, we had VHS.
We had VHSs.
Yeah. Whatever, right?
Yeah. And grainy videos.
Because
the video I watched was kind of grainy.
It was grainy as shit. But when everything started coming out with Kels, it was on the leg of the Best of Both Worlds tour.
Yes.
Which was in like the 2001 time.
Right.
So from say 97, 98, 2001.
Yeah.
That's some time.
So and he was making a lot of people rich. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people were turning a blind. They knew what was going on, but a lot of people were turning a blind eye to it. And a lot of people were being complacent about it. And I don't know what happened, but apparently he might have pissed off somebody, or he might have made some demands that don't seem like you're falling in line anymore. So guess what? We're now gonna let your card be pulled. You're of no use to us.
Right. It's very unfortunate, man. Very highly unfortunate. I think everybody has to know they're expendable to some sort. And I think a lot of people feel like they're irreplaceable.
Yeah, there you go.
That's part of the reason why they move with the attitude or the bravado that they move with, right?
Yeah.
Because they're looking like, yo, you know. I mean, we always knew the only person that talks more shit than P. Diddy is nobody. Probably Ye. But I want to say Ye's at a point now, whatever, where we just look at stuff as like Ye's just in love with Ye.
Yeah.
But Diddy was just to talk shit, just to make noise and stuff. Like, don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. Suge Knight, we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
If you want no CEO, all in the video, cut a death row, you know, it's evident. It's evident. And he probably felt like he was irreplaceable until like shit hits the fan. I just look at stuff as where, there's just there's too many celebrities that just went quiet. They just went silent.
Especially those who are like you're saying, who are close to him, right? It was like,
I remember, I was thinking about the other day when I was playing some music. Welcome to Atlanta came on.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, you know what? Welcome to Atlanta thing, I kind of liked it, but I liked the remix more when they did like Welcome to St. Louis. Snoop had his thing with Welcome to the West Coast, Welcome to Cali. And then Diddy had his piece. Welcome to New York. Well, we don't play. Out of timers get popped like every day. And he was with peoples and stuff like that in that whole thing, right? Diddy is tied with New York.
New York, he got the key to the city.
The key to the city, the people in New York, the rappers in New York, the celebrities in New York and stuff are quiet. And I thought about that Jay-Z line and stuff, whatever. What's the dealing? It's like New York's been soft ever since Snoop came through and crushed the buildings.
Yes.
Remix.
Yes.
What's the dealing? It's like New York's been soft ever since Diddy has been touching Cassie. New York's been soft. New York's been quiet.
It's been very,
they've been non-vocal.
Quiet.
You hear people, Brooklyn, you're not hearing nobody saying anything.
Nah.
Only people that are saying something and stuff, whatever, and people who don't have direct affiliation with Sean John Combs.
That's it.
The people who have direct affiliation with Sean John Combs, silent. If Diddy's king of New York and stuff, whatever, Jay-Z reps Brooklyn for the longest.
Right.
I don't hear shit from Jay.
You think some of these people are maybe afraid that they might be called to a stand and have to, testify? And here's the funny thing, right?
Testify. That's even.
Because here's the thing, right?
Talk about it.
You're my dude, right?
Right.
I know you better than anything else, right? I know they're talking shit about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to your defense as a character witness.
How do you know? And I'll say, like, if I'm the one being persecuted,
right?
How do I know you're for me in the times of crisis? Because this is when you realize the real ones and stuff are there.
Right.
Right? I think when everything's all good, popping bottles, quote unquote, the bitches and everything.
There's no way of telling. There's no way of telling.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Right? But now when the grass is cut, the snakes start to show. Right? So if you're looking like, yo, I thought we were cool. I thought this and the third. I just look at this stuff as where there's too many people and stuff. Like I heard about Jay. Hove, I love you. Jay, I love you.
I'm gonna be dead serious. When they told me Hove was on some island vacation, and I was like, if there's any time to get away and not be in the United States, this might be the time.
Hopefully they're coming for you, man. I love you, man. You're one of my favorite artists.
They're coming for you.
Make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. Protect your neck. Our culture tells you protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
That song came out before you became a great rapper that you are and stuff, whatever now. And then make a song about the ordeal, because that'd be better. I would look forward to it. Look at the open letter shit. When Cuba didn't give him his way, he made a song about it.
Yeah.
His daughter was born, he made a song about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, do you, Jay? But just protect your neck.
Because not all of these big parties that you're not gonna call into question. It's like what happens at the Rock Nation brunch. You know what I mean? Like all these things, like it's like anywhere these celebrities congregate, for sure. Okay, drugs and alcohol. That to me, that's a given. Even at like politician parties, I'm gonna say that shit is there. Yeah. You know what I mean? The one or two, somebody sneaks off into the room to go do a little one or two. That's happening. I'm not denying that that's happening, but no, it seems like there might be a culture of where I'm inviting and paying hookers to show up at these parties for these things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's like you're saying, who was the Ruben dude? The Mike Rubin with the all white?
Mike Rubin, yeah.
His parties are coming into question. So I'm saying all these things are coming, what I mean? It's starting to be like, what's really happening at these parties? What's really going on behind the scenes? And if I'm not saying they all got hidden cameras in their rooms, but if you're in a position where you can, maybe invite somebody that you may need a favor from later on in life, and the only way to get that favor is to have something open them, who's to say?
I think a lot of people and stuff where I think they're not going to be fully social butterflies for a while.
Right.
Because you don't know, like I look at stuff as where, let's just say I'm Swiss Beats.
Right.
I'm just saying if I'm Swiss Beats and stuff like that, and he has a show, I think, with his son and the whole car thing and stuff, right? And he's married to Alicia Keys and stuff like that. Swiss Beats probably done worked with Diddy a few times and all the above now. Yeah. Where now you've seen Swiss Beats with Diddy and Alicia Keys sometimes with Diddy. And now let's say I'm Swiss Beats and you're trying to kick it with me and stuff like that, whatever. You be like, hey, yo, what happened at those parties you went to, my man? When you're doing, like, how do you shake that? You're like, nothing happened at my party and stuff when I was there. Sure. Wink, wink. And now that person's not going to get alienated. So I feel like it's going to be pockets of people that's just not really going to fuck with other people and stuff because of like this catastrophe called Sean John Combs.
Yeah. And hence why a lot of people are quiet, because they're already, just like you said, they're already distancing themselves because of the repercussions that might follow.
Yes, sir. Very unfortunate, man. I think my last take on this stuff is that I didn't think about it till somebody said it to me, and they were saying the stuff that like pertain to the reparations.
Yeah.
They were saying Notorious Big didn't get his reparations. Craig Mack didn't get his reparations, and Black Rob didn't get his reparations. Right? Because even with them, they passed way before the publishing and stuff, but they got a chance to even say they got access to their publishing when Diddy gave it last year, right?
Yeah.
And it was the thing that's, shape of things to come, because he said he didn't like his reputation and stuff there, but they're looking like, nah, boss, you paid off Cassie in like a day.
Yeah.
In a day.
Yeah.
And you guys had no problems coughing up that money within a day. So I don't know your reputation can be saved.
A lot of things come into question, man.
I don't think reputation can be saved. I think reputation is very, very so hard to build. One of the 48 laws of power.
Yeah.
Very hard to build and so easy to destroy.
He probably wishing he didn't get back those published just yet.
Yeah. We were talking about it at work and stuff, like frequent, like more to my liking. Because I'd rather talk about other things, but this Diddy thing was just kind of looming over everybody's head.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I didn't really look at it like that. With like, again, the affiliation stuff and the people who didn't get their just desserts and stuff in time enough. And this man capitalized and I spit Cristal out. Like, what was it? The Hate Me Now video? He was drinking Cristal, spit it all in the camera,
Little Rod said he only snorts coke in $100 bills.
Wow.
I'm like, who got 100? Who got 100? I mean, a 10 does not suffice? Well, they probably don't carry 10s. Now that I think about it. Maybe 100 might be 50 might be the smallest bills they probably carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were doing, him and Lil Rod were like close for years. Until Lil Rod came out with this lawsuit that kind of helped trigger all of this.
Yeah.
Right? Do you treat your coworkers like family?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think a lot of people do? Or don't?
I don't think a lot of people do.
Ballpark a percentage. What do you think?
I would probably say maybe I would give it as high as 45%.
That's high.
I would give it as high as 40%.
In today's world where people prefer to talk on their phones than talk face to face to a
person? Mind you, I won't say all the coworkers, but there's a few that you realize, listen, we're here 8 hours today. We gotta make the best of it. So let's, you know what I mean? Here's my family. You know what my family looks like. I know when your kids' birthdays are. You know what I mean? We know certain things about each other, and if they're down, we're trying to pick them up. Right. You know what I mean? So I've worked with people who I've been like that with.
Gotcha. I feel like I do treat my coworkers and stuff like family, especially the ones directly in my departments.
Right.
Because I look at it stuff as to me, it helps the time pass by better.
Yes, 100%.
And I feel like these people are your bootleg family and stuff, whether we like it or not. Picture where how often I would say you go to work maybe 5 times a week, right? Mm-hmm. 5 days out of the week. How often do you see your sisters in a week?
Maybe once or twice.
Once or twice in a week, or once every 2 weeks?
Maybe every 2 weeks.
We see coworkers every day. I look at it stuff as like, again, it helps the time go by.
Yeah.
We don't gotta be best friends because we're all there for a paycheck. But if we're there to make sure, like I want to say, we get the job done.
Right.
And we don't hate each other, or we can enjoy like the decency and stuff from each other. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We kind of call it a day. Like I I have coworkers and stuff. I have a coworker we were just laughing the other day and stuff, whatever. And she said she would like to take a photo with me. She doesn't have social media. She's an older lady.
Yeah.
She's like, I like to take a photo and stuff with you and stuff, whatever, and show it to my husband and stuff. You better not show this to your feds. So she's like, no, because she's like, sometimes when she's telling these jokes about Marvin and stuff and everything,
Yeah.
like that, she said that she told some joke. I forget what it was, but she told some joke and stuff, and then he's like, well, he's black, so she's white, right? And then her husband's like, wait, the Marvin you've been talking about the whole time was a black guy?
Yeah.
Can I see a photo of this guy and stuff like that, whatever? Because she's been telling him tons of Marvin stories.
Right.
Now he wants to put a face to the name and stuff, whatever, right? And he's like, oh, okay, so we took a photo and everything like that. And I was like, goes to show you, when we're done clocking out, she's talking about me to her family and friends.
Well, I was just about to say, you sometimes as a family member, you know a good amount about your significant other's coworkers because of that conversation that they have.
Very true.
You know what I mean? Like,
very true.
Like I know my wife's work people.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like it's like an extended family that you never wanted.
That you never wanted. You sound like you're ready to make bonds today.
Yeah. They're here.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about, as an adult, to get a pizza party from your job? Do you feel like it's motivating or demotivating if your job gives you a pizza party?
I could go and buy a regular slice of pizza for my damn self.
So is that demotivating for you?
Demotivating for me.
Why do you think employers and stuff give grown-ass adults pizza parties?
Because it's the cheapest cop-out.
Is it?
It is.
Why? Why you say that?
If you got a whole office, like if you got an office filled with 30 people,
okay,
right? 3 pizzas could probably cover the 30 people. How much are you gonna pay for 3 pizzas?
So 3 slices of pizza will cover for the people. I feel like there's cheaper options.
You feel like there's cheaper options?
And the reason why I feel like it's cheaper options and stuff for there, because I look at it stuff is where a potluck is one.
Right.
But you have to cultivate a setting for a potluck. And the reason why I say that is stuff is because it's kind of like, hey, we're going to have a potluck. And then let's say if work finishes, I don't know. Let's say if work day might finish like 4 or 5 o'clock or some shit like that, whatever.
Right.
Afterwards, or like going towards the last hour, you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're not working. We're doing a potluck thing.
Yeah.
We can go fuck off right after.
The potluck, you're right. The potluck would be cheaper, but as a company saying, okay, I'm treating, so you're not coming out of pocket with anything, like, because the potluck, you gotta buy the ingredients, you gotta cook the food.
The workers.
They gotta cook the food and they gotta bring it in.
You provide the setting as an employee.
Yeah.
You probably buy like some sodas.
Right.
Because if you're on work hours or some shit, or if you know, like, okay, it's 5 o'clock, it's happy hour time.
Yeah.
You have a few bottles and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
That might cover it. Because I feel like pizzas and stuff, whatever, like back in the day was probably cheaper.
Right.
Today's times and stuff, whatever.
Not as cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I look at the rising prices for certain things and stuff, whatever. Like my job that I'm grateful for. Deep down inside, I might want to call you punk ass or tight ass. My job that I'm grateful for looks at it stuff to buy 5 boxes of pizza. And these are like some extra large pizzas.
Yeah.
I looked at the extra large company and stuff, like the company that provides this extra large thing, and I was like, let me just see how much a box of pizza is. So it was like, after taxes, I did the math, is like 18 and change.
Okay.
For a box, so there's 5 of them things. So say round it off, so that's 100.
Right.
Then you add the sodas in this bitch.
Yeah.
Then you add the dipping sauces. Bastards didn't get no wings.
You get no wings with
No,
pizza?
Pizza and wings. That's a pizza and wings.
You get no wings with the pizza?
No wings. You get no yeast in your serranos? It was like that. And so I look now and I'm like, so your tab is over 100.
Right.
Yeah. But you're going to do this again in a year. You're going to do this again and again. And expect the people to be motivated.
I guess the other thing is that almost everybody has eaten pizza at least once, and the people usually don't have an objection to pizza. And you either gotta the only thing you really gotta do is say, okay, maybe one vegetarian pizza,
Right.
one meat lovers pizza,
Mm-hmm.
and then one pineapple Hawaiian for the adventurous crowd that you may have.
There was a pineapple
and,
there.
And it covers the gauntlet that's in your workplace.
The gauntlet.
It covers the gauntlet that's in your workplace. So I think that's why
your wordplay is phenomenal today.
Thank you, sir. I think that's why they may stretch for the whole pizza thing. But if I want to show my employees that they're valued, I'm looking at getting, a meal that they probably don't have on a regular.
That.
Yeah, like something that you as a person would not physically go out and buy yourself at lunchtime.
I don't want to sound like a bougie ass, like high class chick and stuff asking for like an expensive date, but show me you put some effort to this thing. Show me you care.
Yeah.
Show me you care. Because if you value my work and stuff, whatever, right? This is the end of the fiscal year. Like this week was hectic and stuff, whatever, for me and everything like that. And other coworkers around the hospital and stuff. But I look at it stuff as where show us you care by going an extra mile. But I feel like when you just do that, it feels like a simple, quick cop out because you didn't have to call to get shit catered. You just woke up and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna call these fuckers earlier than the time.
That's it.
When you guys open the stuff, we're like, oh, okay. I need this amount of pizzas, this amount
by
of
this time.
By this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if you worked in a pizza company and then they said, hey, company lunch.
Throw an extra dough in the oven.
For yourself? Kicking the nuts, or the vagina. It depends on who's making pizza maker.
I would really love to know if people who work in pizza joints, if their company parties supplies them with anything else other than pizza.
Do pizza makers make their own lunch?
Right?
Because it's a work lunch. So
this could go for any type of fast food works. Like if you're a KFC employee,
do they feed you KFC?
Do they feed you KFC? Because I have a feeling like some of these companies are going to go the cheap route.
That is fucked. What if you just finish slaving over the chicken? They're like, you know what? Take a break. Have a few pieces to yourself.
Have a few pieces to yourself.
Man, I'm tired of chicken.
Hey, look what we got. We got a bucket for our team meeting.
That is screwy, sir. Sir, that's out of pocket. Screwy.
That is very out of pocket.
We'll pray for you guys. Yeah. Pray for me too, but pray for all of us. Anybody who's working and you get a pizza party, remember this conversation. Remember this episode. Let's get to the question of the week, man. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question of the week says, what kind of woman do you think Eve was? The very first woman. Do you think she was a manning woman? Would you think she was a nice, subtle woman? You think she said to Adam, hey, Adam, you should try this apple? Or like, get over here now. Eat this apple.
I think she was a very persuasive woman.
Persuasive like how?
Like you eat this apple, you won't get some things. Adam over here like this.
Then after they like, hey, we're naked.
You can get some things.
She knew he was naked because she already bit the apple. She brought the apple to him.
Adam,
I see how big the dick is.
You need to take a bite.
So you can understand what God blessed me with. I don't think you understand stuff until you bite the apple, because all you saw is my eyes are up here. That's all Adam saw.
That's all Adam saw.
I think Eve was a demanding woman for some odd reason.
You think she was demanding?
I feel like there's those. What do they say? I'm sure I'm dating myself when they say the woman's a battle axe.
She was a battle axe. I mean, Adam did have some pushback. He did have some pushback.
He was chilling by himself, and God's like, "Yo, I'm gonna take this rib. I'm gonna make you some."
He did say to Eve, "Listen, God said, don't eat it." So she was either persuasive or she was a battle axe.
Next question is: are women evil because they're all descendants of Eve? I'm just saying. I'm just joking.
Just joking. Just joking.
But half truth every joke. Let's get to the asters.
Come to the side. This is where I divide it. This is where I do it. This is where I do the divide.
You put on the divide? Why you put the divide?
Ladies, these views are not of all the sons, but of one son.
In the words of Sean John Combs, it's all fucked up now. What am I gonna do now? Huh? What am I gonna do now? It's all fucked up now. You and your divide. We're in this together, ladies.
We're in this together. We're in this together.
Let's get to Ask the Sons, man. Are you ready for the Ask the Sons?
I'm ready.
I kind of like these Ask the Sons and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
First Ask the Sons come from CristoBall.
Okay.
What's a skill that everyone should know?
How to read the room.
That is brilliant.
That's a skill everyone should know.
For the ending of the last year, I want to say that we've been coming up a lot. Like, yo, read the room. I hear people say to other people,
yeah,
like, read the room. And I was like, I guess maybe because I consider my self-awareness kind of higher than the average.
Right.
I'm able to.
Yeah.
Some people are not. You're right. I was going to say, keep it a buck. I was going to say, learn the art of persuasive speaking.
That can get you a long way as well.
Yes.
That can get you a long way.
Because, and you know what came to mind and stuff, whatever, when I saw the question?
Eve?
Thank you, Eve. Without you, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here.
I think, so did you see the thing with the Toronto dude and the pizza guy? And the guy from Pizza?
Yes,
with how he dealt with him and everything?
Right, yeah.
I think both parties were in the wrong. I just feel like the guy who was recording and arguing, he was more in the right. But if he persuasively spoke, I think the whole altercation would have went a different manner.
I believe so.
Because if you speak in the manner and stuff of like there's ways.
Because he was very argumentative.
Of course.
He was very argumentative.
Of course. That's not persuasive speaking.
No, far from it.
So I look at it stuff as where persuasive speaking gets people a long friggin' way.
Yeah. Persuasive speaking, you're bringing the person with you as opposed to argumentative, pushing them against you.
Yes. That's a skill for me. Well said. Okay. Next question comes from Jane 128 or 128. What is the ugly truth you've learned as you got older?
Not everybody's for you. Yeah. Even the people that you think are.
Not everybody is for you.
Yeah.
An ugly truth that I've learned as I got older. I think really all things that glitter is really not gold.
Yeah.
Because I think I look at it stuff as where when I was younger, I kind of looked at certain things like, oh, that's the pinnacle, the Plymouth Rock, the spot where you want to be, until you probably get to these circles, you get into these places and stuff, and you're looking like, not sure if I really want to be here and stuff like that. Like I look at it stuff as where I think for myself, I can advance up to like a higher corporate kind of level.
Yeah.
But I seen like the inner dwellings of like that world. I'm gonna say kind of like lack of rest. A lot of things
high
on
stress.
your mind, high stress and everything and stuff like that. I was like, yo, the pay, like when you see it, the pay is sexy.
Yeah.
It's sexy. But I feel like, yo, like money and everything.
I remember one time a friend of mine used to work at a telecom company.
Okay.
And he had the chance to advance, right? He's like, why? Again, he was settled. He was comfortable. He's like, I talk to people all day on the phone from 9 to 5. That's what I do. After that, I'm done. Why would I want to go take up more stress on my head for pay that's probably not going to be worth the stress?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
All things good is not gold, man. Okay. Last question of the week. From the Ask the Sons poll comes from BloodRose. Can I call you Blood? What's a word that you have an irrational hatred of? What's a word you have an irrational hatred of?
Where did I have or no that I have an irrational? Guy.
Guy?
Yeah.
Like this guy?
Yeah, or guy when it's over. Not so. I guess not so much the word itself, but when it's overused.
Like guy.
Yeah.
Yo, guy. I can't believe guy.
It's, I guess, the irrational because it's overused.
I don't like.
It's giving.
No, that's funny as hell too.
That's funny as hell.
That's funny. I always laugh.
What is it giving?
What is it? I don't know. I still don't know what it's giving. I realized the other day I don't like the word webinar.
Webinar.
Yeah, like I feel like it's a made up fucking word and stuff, whatever. Just say you're having a seminar, but online and stuff, whatever, right?
Online seminar.
Yeah, webinar. Like that one, that fucks with me. I don't like influencer. That rubs like influencer and stuff is like, oh, but you're an influencer. You're on a podcast. I'm not influencing thing. I'm trying to help people understand themselves.
Right.
Whatever, right? If you want to label me that's on you. That's not label I'm taking off of myself.
No.
I was talking to a friend of mine.
Webinar. Yeah, now that you say that, it's kind of cheesing me off too.
You never know about it. Like, yo, anytime I walk past something at work and stuff, whatever, they're like, webinar at 1 p.m. I was like, so you're having an online meeting or something.
Yeah, or
like,
a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, or Zoom
people
see you
say Zoom meeting, people automatically know it's
online. We know
what
the fucking deal is, whatever, right? Ooh. Talking to my friend's wife.
Yeah.
Just to hail her up, see how she's doing and shit like that, whatever. And she was pissed at my friend. He was on the phone with like a coworker or somebody.
Okay.
While I was on the phone with her. And she just corrected him and stuff, whatever. He's like, conversate. That's not a word.
No, it's not a word. No, it's converse.
It's converse. Think about how many people you know that said conversate.
Yeah.
I'm over here, I'm conversating. No, it's not a word.
Yeah, it's not a word.
It's conversing.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're having a conversation.
Yes.
But no, when I hear people
yeah.
I get the crackhead scratch. Like, crackheads always scratch their neck. I was like, somebody's like, and when she said it, she said, babe, it's converse, not conversate. Yeah. I was like, you put me on speakerphone. I was like, yo, you talk like that? He's like,
listen, I'll admit, I when I was like younger, I would say it because I didn't know any better, right? I didn't know better. I didn't know any better, but as soon as I knew that, oh no, there's no such word. What you're meaning to say is converse. I was like, ever since that, I was like, okay, makes sense.
This bastard, he wanted to fight both of us
over the word.
So like he got off the phone with his coworker and stuff, whatever, and he was done. He's like, first of all, like he jumped in and stuff. He's like, Marv, what's up with you? You good? I'm like, I'm good. He's like, all right. Now it's gonna be a fuck you.
Now,
so he's like,
the guns blaze.
He's like, it's gonna be fuck you and stuff, whatever. So then his wife's like, you gonna take me fuck you? He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that and stuff, whatever. Marv is my brother, and I know Marv and I were still gonna be rock solid no matter what. Whatever.
Right.
You're my wife, and I have to watch how I speak to you. Yeah. Otherwise, I might not eat, I might not have sex, or I might not have a good life.
Right.
So I was like, wise words. So he's like, I'm gonna use conversate whether you two like it or not. So I said that it's not a real word. Type it in on your phone. The spell check is going to come up on it, whatever. You know better, do better. The fact that people are like you, that know better and choose not to do better, is problematic.
It's a problem.
I told him, I don't know if I want you in my, I told him, I don't know if I want you in my zombie apocalypse crew now, because you want to use words like this. He's like, yeah, but I have skills to keep us alive. Do you? Or you want to conversate with the zombies? And he's like, I don't need this. I'm going back to work. And he walked off. I went back to his office to go do work, whatever. Then he texts me and stuff. He's like, you're a bastard. I'll cuss you out later, but he ain't cussing me out yet. But
later we'll converse.
Conversate.
Yeah.
I really do hate that word.
A lot of people say it.
Do better, people. Do better. No Diddy. Do better. We are here.
We're here.
We're here. We're here. You're good? You had a good time? I had a good time.
I had a lovely conversation.
I like that. We didn't converse to nothing. We had a conversation. Okay.
What you got? What words of wisdom are we parting with?
For the Soul Say the Sons this week?
This week.
Let me get it together. Oh, shit. It didn't save. Like, I got it, though. I got it. Soul Say the Sons this week. Soul Say the Sons this week have said, if you have time to worry about the nightmares, you have time to work on your dreams.
Soul Says the Sons. I like that.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, they use their nightmares to kind of hinder them from doing X, Y, and Z amount of things. I know somebody and stuff said they had a nightmare about them going to a foreign place.
Right.
And possible irrational or rational things and stuff for them to happen, but they're like, they have this fear that stopped them from going to this place. So I said, okay. I said to the person and stuff that I said, is this the only destination that you see yourself going to?
Yeah.
Because I laughed at them and stuff. I'm like, don't be a typical Jamaican, the Jamaican descent, and just only know Jamaica and Canada.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
I'm going on vacation where? Jamaica. You're going back home.
Yeah.
You're not going on vacation. You're going back home.
It's a roots education about your culture, where you come from. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I looked at it stuff as where a lot of people do focus so much on like the things that the bad things that did not happen. And they let that hinder them working on their dream.
Yeah.
Some people might think about, I want to start a business, but the downfall about like the economy is not proper, the location, certain things and stuff that has now put a halt and stopped them from working on their dream.
Right.
You can choose another location. This might not have to be here.
Yeah.
It might have to be somewhere else and stuff there. Maybe try starting out the business in your home first. And if it blows up bigger and stuff than that, whatever, then look for a place. You know, that doesn't say it. Like I look at it stuff is where, you know, probably a good handful of people that probably like sell like food, like, you know, Meals and Wheels and don't have restaurants.
Yeah.
Or they do like fish fries and all these type of things and stuff. Whatever. Start small. It's the first down you're going for, not the touchdown, right?
Yeah.
And continue working on your dream till your dream has been fulfilled. I think right now I'm in a process in my world now where I want to make sure I accomplish and fulfill all my dreams. So whatever kind of nightmares or bad thoughts that I have and stuff, whatever, I'm putting in the bad thought box. I'm not going to forget about it, but I know for a fact my dreams are more important than my nightmares.
I like that.
So
I like that. So says the Sons.
So yes, we are here. We enjoy you guys. Thank you for rocking with us. Really appreciate you like this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, all of the above.
All of the above.
Don't hesitate. Find us on the socials.
Oh, and while we're at it, listen, we want to send a special shout out because we have a show sponsor this week, Roadrunner. So if you are in the GTA, Greater Toronto area, and you need a rental, please check out Roadrunner on social medias, and we'll have them in our social media as well as far as how to get in contact with them. But yeah.
Roadrunner Rentals. And that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Podical Sons. And remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has his limits and Diddy's just done. I'm just joking. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.
Pray for Diddy.
Pray. And the victims.
Take that.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.